I just wanted to give you a quick update about this coming weekend, January 10th. We're going to be talking about our 2021 vision. I want you to come be a part of that. Worship with us this weekend. It's going to be an incredible time to hear about where we're headed, where we've been, but we want you to come and be a part of that, even if that's online. So this coming Sunday, and also have some incredible and exciting news about Alicia Williamson Garcia as well. So you don't want to miss this Sunday. See you soon.
Hello, Connection Group leaders. I've been thinking about y'all a lot this week and wanted to touch base with you. But I've been spending time this morning praying for you because I know some of you are working hard to put your arms around people in your group that are having some issues and troubles and need some encouragement. So I've been praying for y'all along those lines. A few things I want to ask you to remember to please be praying for those folks who are fighting COVID. Some of them are in your connection group, some of them in our church. But remember them and have your group contact them and see how they're doing. I mean, I'm in quarantine until I can get the results of my COVID test. I'm doing okay. A little Tylenol seems to be helping. But there's other folks who are really struggling with it. So remember them. And here's another thing, number 2. If you're not feeling too good Sunday, don't come. It's okay. Nobody's going to shame you for not being there because you need to take care of yourself and help protect others if you are not feeling well, okay? And then third and last, I'm sure, like many of you, I was shocked and ashamed at the actions of our people in D.C. And Phyllis and I had to just stop right there, and we began to pray for all of our representatives, our senators, and our congressmen, congresswomen, praying for their safety and praying for the first responders, and then also praying for the people who are leading that, and our president. It's a difficult time right now, and if the church needs to be doing anything, it's being on our knees and asking the Lord to use our leaders that know Him and to use them well, that they would listen to Him and follow His leadership for our country. Our lesson this Sunday is very timely about loving our neighbors. And so open that word together this Sunday and allow God's Spirit to teach. Allow God's Spirit to work in our hearts to remind us, no matter what our neighbors think or feel or believe, we are to be ambassadors for Christ for them and to love them well. Love Jesus by loving them well. All right? Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good weekend and stay safe.
Hey, Connection Group leaders. I'm so glad you guys are here. Today, we're going to talk about the story of the Good Samaritan. And I love this story and just love what it means and love what it tells and the lessons that we learned from Jesus through it. So, every time that I hear this story, I think about Mr. Rogers. And I think about the theme song before his show begins. Won't you be, please won't you be my neighbor? I'm not sure if this is jarring your memory, but at the end of the song, he always says, hello, neighbor, and he begins to show. So for decades, preschoolers were watching this and learning what it means to be a neighbor to everyone they encounter. So this story, in Luke 10, 25 through 37, we see Jesus with way more authority than Mr. Rogers, but speaking to adults and speaking in the same story-like method, telling the story of how to be a neighbor to those around you. He's met with this lawyer guy seeking to justify himself. I can imagine this puffed up little dude like trying to show off, and he asks Jesus, who is our neighbor? And he responds with the story of the Good Samaritan.
Yeah, guys, and we do want to reiterate, this story is not just for kids. A lot of times we see this story told to kids, but in this story, he's talking to the adults because they don't get it. They don't get it, and do we get it? And I want to encourage you to start with asking yourselves the questions before you even step into the classroom, looking at who is your neighbor, and how do we genuinely love our neighbor? Jesus started talking to the people about this shocking story of a Samaritan loving a Jew. The Jews and the Samaritans did not get along. They hated each other. So I first want you to think about who is someone in your life that you just don't get along with, that you don't have anything in common with, or you do and you just disagree on things. That's where we need to start. that's where we need to start loving that person in ways that draws them closer to Jesus. Other ways to look at it is, how do we love each other in the culture that we're living in now? There's so much going on around us, and God is asking us to step in and love those around us, not because we want to tell them what's right or wrong, but that we want to love them as people, as creations of God. And just encouraging you to do this as families. Encourage your families to do this together, showing each other their neighbors how a family can serve and to love those around them.
Yeah. At the very end of the passage, in verses 36 and 37, Jesus asked this young lawyer, so who in this story was the neighbor? And the lawyer responds with, the one who showed mercy. And Jesus says, go and you do likewise. And so I think equally to what Jared was saying, like, we are to go and do likewise. We are to show mercy. He also said to everyone we encounter, that is, whether it's a people we love, a people we don't love, a people we don't agree with, we love them no matter what. And that is convicting to me. And so I just challenge you to ask yourself, who's your neighbor? How can I practice this? How can I act this out? How can I go and do likewise? This is a deep story packed with tons of things. And so I challenge you, just be prayerful of what the Holy Spirit is going to speak through you and how he's going to teach those in your group. Be mindful of the power of this very simple story, and that it is not for children. It is not for only small, but it is for all of us. And it is very timely and very well oriented to the culture that's around us right now. And so
we are excited to have everybody back in classes this week, and we hope to see you on Sunday morning.
Love you guys.